Chris Hanisch, and today I'm going to talk about how vIDix info can help companies be ITAR compliant. First, we're going to talk about visitor management. It's really the process of keeping track of all your visitors that are coming in and out of your facility. It's a way to secure your buildings, and it's a way to enforce company policies, such as if you want them to sign a non-disclosure. It also is a good way, if there's something that happens, to know who is in your building at that point in time. So how does ITAR relate to visitor management? ITAR is the International Traffic in Arms Regulation Committee with the U.S. government. So it's a place to mandate companies that have to do with defense materials and exports and technology to make sure that foreign companies aren't compromising our security. So how that relates to visitor management is that we're going to do this in a couple different ways. We ask, as part of the sign-in process, whether a person is U.S. or non-U.S. person, and we validate that with the driver's license. So if they are a valid U.S. citizen and they submit their driver's license, this scanner actually verifies that it is actually a U.S. license. Second way we do ITAR compliance is we show a visual indication of a non-U.S. person on the visitor label that they wear throughout the facility, so that everybody knows that they should have an escort. And the third way is to alert staff that that person needs an escort throughout the facility as far as ITAR compliance goes. So that's three ways that we can be ITAR compliance with visitor management. So this is an example of a company, and the first thing they do is select either sign in or sign out. And then if somebody does the sign in process, part of that process after they enter their information is an email or text or both can get sent to the host so that they know that they can come down and greet their visitor. So it's just a way to automate the process of, if somebody's not at the front desk all the time, to get the host notified of their visitor coming in. The other thing that we can do with the sign-in process is, once they do the sign-in, you ask again if they are a U.S. person or not. And then depending on how they answer that, you can gather different information or have a different process. But if they select the no, this can also alert somebody to be notified via email or text or both to let them know that they need an escort throughout the facility. This is just an example of what the email will have, with some information of when they signed in, where, and some information about that person. This is what it would look like. We print off a label, which is kind of a 3 by 4 inch label that indicates that the person wears throughout the facility and indicates whether they are a U.S. with the red bar across the bottom or with a black bar indicating that they are a U.S. citizen. So anyway, these will have visual indication of somebody walking throughout a facility so that they know if they need an escort or not. So something about the visitor labels, you can combine that also with a self-expiring visitor badge if that is something that you want. It is, you just show a tab to show a void after a certain amount of time. So it could be like up 4 hours or 8 hours. They can show a bleed through with that it goes across the whole entire badge, or just a dot. So the 3 different ways you can have self-expiring badges as part of that process too. So this just concludes how vIDix Info, our visitor management system, can help a company be ITAR compliant.